Welcome back, this is RB Sensei. If you like this video at any point, be sure to like and comment. It's the only way we'll grow. Now let's get into this ridiculous nonsense.
What? Oh no!
I cannot stress this enough. Men are not worth settling for in any circumstance, any way, shape, or form. It's not worth it.
Can you imagine if men took that type of mentality? Well, we are now, but it's just like we're not settling for anything. If she fart wrong, leave that bitch. Can you imagine if guys were that critical to women? They come up with a law banning it.
Like, we're so indoctrinated to believe that, like, we have to get married. We have to, like, aspire to, like, having a relationship, having a man in our lives. Like, the goal shouldn't be to get married. The goal should be to be happy. So if a man in your life is not making your life better, easier, happier, more enjoyable.
I gotta move. You ain't talking about nothing.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Look, this is where they go wrong. Chasing happiness. Happiness is fleeting. There's going to be happy moments, sad moments, angry moments, annoyed moments, no matter what path you take in life.
I feel as though people used to have common sense, but nowadays it's just getting less and less common, it seems.
See, a lot of women don't realize the men are doing you a favor. You're annoying. Your family is annoying. You're only going to get older, fatter, and witchier as time goes on. That's why the man is doing the woman a favor. Men get better with time. Women get worse with time. You're not doing us the favor by driving us crazy and, driving us into a depression. I don't know too many happily married men. Granted, the women may not be happy either, but here's the thing. Women aren't going to be happy no matter what. That's the difference.
What an am I right?
What a thing to say to anybody, like...
You are never going to meet anybody with that kind of mentality about women, you sick son of a bitch.
The fact that you're putting so much emphasis on happiness, that shows that you need a man. Men bring structure, discipline, direction. If you just chasing happiness, you'll be on drugs before you know it. If you just chasing happiness, you'll be an alcoholic before you know it. If you're just chasing happiness, you won't ever get a career. You'll just, work 20 hours a week so you can get back to being happy and going to parties. See what I'm saying?
You never know. That's the point.
But you know what? I digress. Let's get back into this stupid bullshit.
Like, there's no reason he should be in your life. At least when men settle for a partner, they get like a personal assistant, a house manager, a nanny, a chef, a therapist.
Shit.
What do women get when we settle for a man that treats us like less than the way that we want to be treated? We get emotionally, physically, mentally drained.
Ma'am, the guys who are going to treat you like gold, you're not going to be attracted to.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
This guy is so sweet, but he's not the one for me.
See, this is the problem. Women don't know what men are for. Their expectations are all out of whack. Look, I'm here to give your life purpose. Otherwise, you're just another goofball woman, stumbling around the world. And guess what? All the dishwashing, all the cleaning, and all the pamper changing isn't going to equal up to what a man brings. You could never pay a man back. He got to take a shot for you.
You remember that, motherfucker? Remember that? I ain't forgot about that shit. Y'all niggas think I forgot. Nigga, I ain't forgot about none of that shit.
It is not worth it. Once you get to the mindset that men are not worth settling for, that is when you get the good men, because they're the only ones that you'll accept.
If Superman or Batman is the only thing you'll accept, then you'll get Superman or Batman, even though they're fictional characters. Tee-hee!
Never forget that everyone is a princess.
On today's episode of How I Know the Bar is Way Too Low, I was at my nail appointment today, and this woman, this older lady, was getting her toes done, and she was so cute, so sweet to the workers, just adorable. And then this man walks in at the end of her appointment and to pay for it, and my nail lady goes, "They've been married for 63 years. And he just looks he heard her tell me, and he looks over and he's like, it was so cute. And then he goes over to his wife, tells her toes look great. She was so excited, she loved him, and he was like, those look so beautiful. He had just gotten her this appointment for Valentine's Day. 63 years later, and he's still doing this for her every year. He said he always schedules her some type of appointment for her to get something done for herself. He came in, paid for it, told her to just go wait in the car, was so polite, tipped them well, was adorable. And I guess I kept asking more questions because I was like, okay. They met in high school, he said, and
Bingo.
literally were high school sweethearts and have still been together. He said no one else catches his eye. She's like...
But how many men have you ghosted? How many guys have you left on red because they were too nice? Every woman know 5 guys like this, and they refuse to date them because they ain't 6'3".
That's stupid. Use your common sense. Just use your common sense.
He told a weird Austin Powers joke, and that just gave me the ick.
Right.
You know how many guys like this women throw away every day? Most women have at least 3 or 4 of these guys in their inbox or friend zone as I speak.
Yeah, at the end of the day. I agree.
And did you catch that little golden nugget in there? They met in high school. I always say it. The time to find your partner, especially for a woman, specifically for women, is in high school or college.
Meanwhile, I'm thinking it's sweet if a man says, hey, how are you? Instead of sup or WID. Like, I think a sentence-long text with correct punctuation in it is like... And there's men out there like this.
I'm not hard to get. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I'm all yours for some physical touch and a bag of chips. It doesn't take a whole lot to get there. The bar's on the floor.
Like, no, Chad. I don't want to just hang out with you for the weekend. My profile says that I want a long-term relationship.
Because that's what you settle for. They always talk about not settling, but they're willing to settle for just being the SEX dial for Chad. That's settling. I don't know if you realize it or not, ladies.
Whatever you want to call it.
Hey, folks. We'll be back to the video in a second. Be sure to like and comment anything under the video. It's the only thing that's going to help us grow and blow this channel up. But you know how tired I get listening to these dingbats? Really, go ahead and support the content by joining the Patreon or the YouTube membership. For low as $5 a month, you get access to 1 or 2 exclusive videos a week, as well as getting access to my videos 1 day early. The YouTube membership is $10 a month for the convenience of not having to leave YouTube, or you could sign up on Patreon or Subscribestar for $5 a month.
Hell no.
So I don't have a healthy outlet to let this out today, so I'm letting it out here. When you split with your husband / father of your kids, there is this expectation that somehow you're going to heal from trauma / heartbreak or both. You're going to be an excellent parent. You're going to maintain a home. Oh, and you're going to also earn the same money that 2 people did so that you can maintain the same life. But the likelihood of all of that happening is like really slim.
The universe is literally trying to tell me something.
Yeah, and that's why you just should stay with your husband, even if he cheating. If he ain't beating and he just cheating, just go ahead and stay with him. Because the grass is definitely not greener on the other side. A lot of struggle, misery, mishap, so on and so forth is waiting for you on the other side of that divorce. Now, before I go further with this, he should have never married her. The sleeve tattoo, look, she even have a necklace with a serpent on it. What does that tell you? At least she being true to herself and not trying to, fake the funk and wear a cross. Amen. Her eyebrows are super raised like she got the shocked look all day. It's just so many things. Reality hit and she has nobody to vent to because she's a horrible person and everybody, got the hell out of Dodge. So now she got to come to the internet and talk to strangers about her bullshit.
She has no friends. She's a loser. She's a loner. Yeah, because she can't mentally connect with anybody because she never had to mentally grow. So she has the intellect of a 9-year-old.
Because it's very difficult to earn what 2 people make unless you put years into it. And I'm not there yet. So the only thing you could do as a single parent to blow off steam sometimes is you have to let the frustration out. You have to tell somebody that gives a shit about you that you're...
The problem is nobody on the internet gives a shit about you. So yeah, please go find somebody that gives a shit about you and tell them. See, what women don't understand is, look, men and women got together over the years, over the centuries to survive. A part of marriage is to survive. It's not just about love and fairy tales and balloons and heart candy and all that. Look, all these women talk about, I don't need a man, I don't need a man. You make $42,000 a year. You need a man. Or you better be figuring out which one of your girlfriends you're going to live out your life with and share bills with. You better form some type of relationship with somebody that can split bills with you for the rest of your life and take you to the hospital when you're sick, if it ain't going to be a man.
Next time you get the big head and think you can do everything by yourself, remember nobody can, not even Mr. T.
There's going to be a lot of women living with each other, man, over these next 20 years. And living with their rainbow friends and all that.
Losing it and you're frustrated. But I promise you, y'all motherfuckers look at women, the mom, the single mom, like, but you should be used to it by now. But you didn't want to be in that marriage. You're the one that wanted the divorce.
Right?
Yep. You want to know what? I will take struggling like this over being ignored any day.
That doesn't even make sense.
Getting ignored by your partner versus not having a place to stay, or barely having a place to stay, barely having food in your mouth for you and your offspring, that makes no sense whatsoever. This is why they need handlers. This is why most of them aren't fit to be in the world by themselves without a handler, aka a husband. I'd rather be homeless with me and my kid than be ignored.
I beg your pardon?
Not be dragged down some steps. You know what I mean? Not to be forced to use, drugs. Not being forced into being a prostitute by my hubby. Just being ignored.
I will take struggling like this over feeling invisible any day. But it doesn't mean that my struggle is less.
The irony. But you feel invisible now. You just said you don't have anybody to talk to. And you're at home talking to a phone. So you saying you don't feel invisible now?
Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
It doesn't mean I'm less frustrated. And there's like millions of women like me who are crying alone in their homes because they just dropped their kids off at school and they could finally let their tears out. Y'all motherfuckers got me up talking about it's been years, you should be used to it by now.
This woman seems like a wonderful mother. See, that's the side of this effinism that nobody talks about. The little ones and how they get negatively affected, and how these women put themselves first over the well-being of their own offspring. So how can you see her as anything other than a piece of Seriously.
I'm not used to it. Why do people have to get used to struggle? I'm not used to it.
You get to say that about a woman. Why can't you say women are wrong when they're wrong?
You want to be making moves on the street, have no attachments, allow nothing to be in your life that you cannot walk out on in 30 seconds flat.
Okay, first of all, I didn't miss the red flags. I looked at them and thought, damn, that's sexy. And that's my problem.